Good afternoon, everyone. The City Council of Sacramento will come to order. Please call the roll to establish quorum.
Thank you. Councilmember Warren, Councilmember Harris, Vice Mayor Hansen, Councilmember Carr, Councilmember Jennings, Councilmember Guerra, Councilmember Chenier, and Mayor Steinberg.
Here. All right. Welcome to the members of the public here and the staff. We have, I think, a relatively brief agenda this afternoon, and then, of course, we will adjourn to closed session, and then we will begin our afternoon council meeting at 5 o'clock. Let us begin with a special presentation. We should do the pledge, right? Always at the beginning. That's right. Thank you for the reminder. Ask our city attorney, please, to lead us in the pledge. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. It's always the way we start our meetings. Let me turn it over to Councilmember Carr. Is Pastor Simmons here? He not here yet? Okay. Oh, you would? We postponed that. So that's item 1 is postponed then. We then have the consent calendar. Are there questions or comments on the consent calendar?
I would like to read into the record item number 10 on the consent calendar is withdrawn. That's the professional services agreement for Broadway Complete Streets project. So item 10 is withdrawn. And then we'd like to pull item 14 for further discussion.
Okay. 14 is pulled for further discussion, so then we will take items 1 through 13 and 15 through 18. All right, moved by Councilman Harris, seconded by Councilmember Jennings. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstain. Let's take up item 14, please.
Oh, the staff withdrew 10, yeah. I don't know if we have a presentation or not, but I don't think we need it, Mr. Mayor.
Go ahead.
Item 14 has to do with the park at the mill, which is in my district. And we had been working with the developer and the community on a name for that park. And we've reached a consensus, and we'd like to call the neighborhood park Olympians Park in honor of our local Olympians, which we have many. Some of you may have heard of some of them, like Star Hurley, who's on the zoo board and was in the Winter Olympics in Tahoe, but also people like Tommy Kono, who's a very famous Japanese American who won a Olympic medal, gold medal in the 1952 Summer Olympics, and then again in 1956. But even people, Mr. Mayor, like Ben Nighthorse Campbell, you may not know for his role in Sacramento, but was a U.S. Senator.
Yes, from Colorado. Was
in the Tokyo Olympics, Native American, grew up in Sacramento County, actually was a sheriff in Sacramento County. And Ruthie Bolton, who's on the Walk of Stars, who's an NBA player. So we want to honor the contributions of those local athletes and sort of inspire the kids in the neighborhood and the families who are going to live at the project to reach the stars and become Olympians themselves. So that's my motion to approve the project and to name it Olympians Park.
Maybe we'll get the Olympics here someday too. With
you as mayor, I have no doubt.
Very good. All right, so that's been moved and seconded. Item 14, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Aye, opposed, abstained. That measure passes. Thank you.
And Mr. Mayor, if I could just take a point of personal privilege to thank Kevin from the Mill on Northwest Land Park. He's been a phenomenal partner to the city, as have the Bartises and the rest of the Northwest Land Park team in building this project, where you did your launch of your effort to join us here at the dais.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a great project, Kevin. Great example of what we want to do more of in Sacramento.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Kevin. Very good. Item 19, has been continued to the 24th of April. We do have then one public hearing, which is Item 20.
And Mr. Mayor, I would like a motion and a second continuing that public hearing, item 19.
We do need a motion and a second. Moved and seconded by Chenier and Jennings. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstain. That measure is continued. Item 20, the Wind Park Historic District. Who's presenting on this? Welcome.
Thank you, Mayor Steinberg and fellow council members. My name is Sean DeCourcy. I'm the Associate Planner with Historic Preservation for the City of Sacramento. After holding the required public hearings, the Preservation Director and Preservation Commission have recommended the City Council pass a motion to expand the Wind Park Historic District and list three new contributing resources on the Sacramento Register. The nominated resources share a single property owner and are located at 1616, 1620, and 1624 21st Street. The buildings have important architectural worth as examples of the historic box form with classical revival details. Their designation as contributing resources is reasonable, appropriate, and necessary to protect, promote, and further the goals and purposes of the Historic Preservation chapter of the City Code. The nomination was prepared at the request of the neighborhood and historic preservation community. Staff has discussed the nomination with the property owner, who expressed hopes of restoring all three buildings according to the city's historic preservation standards. Staff has received 10 letters of support for the nomination and received no opposition to listing.
We do have 4 members of the public who are signed up to testify on this item. Let's take the public testimony now, please.
Our first speaker is William Berg, then Susan Hennes, then Vivian Gerlach.
Welcome.
Good afternoon, Mayor Steinberg and members of the council. I'm the board president of Preservation Sacramento. I'm here to deliver the board's position of support for this and our enthusiastic thanks both to city staff and Councilmember Hanson for bringing this forward. In the interest of full disclosure, I'm a former resident of 1620 21st Street, and during my time there, as well as more recently, these were homes to up to a total of about 20 or so people. So these are not just single-family homes that 1 or 2 people, but communities in and of themselves, and in many ways a hub of arts, of music, poetry. Allen Ginsberg once did a reading there of activism, including at least one LGBT-related publication, and more ideas than I'd care to count. This is the potential that Sacramento's historic properties have, and as you know, a lot of the neighborhoods in this city have never even been surveyed for their historic properties. So the process today is just to complete one of the Central City's historic districts, but hopefully it's just a beginning. And as we know, over the weekend, we lost a historic building in the Oak Park Historic District. So we know that even listing isn't necessarily enough to protect a building unless it's followed up with policies and incentives to promote the reuse and continued use of these buildings. And hopefully the Central City Specific Plan will help move that forward. We were able to get a few people out here this afternoon in support. And for those who are in support of this, of listing this property, please stand. Not too bad for 1 o'clock on a weekday.
Not bad at all. Thank you. It's great.
Thank you very much for your time, and I hope that you will list these 3 buildings on the Sacramento Register of Historical Resources. Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Susan Hennes, then Vivian Gerlach, and then Karen Jack.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Susan Hennes, and I'm here to support expansion of the Wind Park Historic District to add the 3 properties located on 21st Street. The 3 buildings are excellent examples of the type of housing that was predominant throughout the city in the early 1900s. Despite years of deferred maintenance, the 3 structures still retain significant features and characteristics original to the homes. There is community support to recognize the historical significance of these homes. They also have a colorful cultural history that should be celebrated. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan.
Next speaker is Vivian Gerlach, and then Karen Jacks.
Thank you, Member Steinberg and members of the commission. My name is Vivian Gerlach, and I actually, along with a few friends of mine, just recently formed the Wind Park Historic District Association.
You speak up just a little.
Pardon me. We just formed, some of my neighbors and I just formed the Wind Park Historic District Association to recognize and celebrate our district. And just to follow up on what others have said, these buildings are iconic and they are etched into the memory of generations of Sacramentans. And we're very excited to have our very first project to come before you and be very supportive of this effort. I wanted to emphatically thank city staff, thanking your preservation director, your current and previous preservation director and your preservation staff, Preservation Sacramento, and Councilmember Hanson for all of your efforts to recognize and promote our districts and the value that they bring to this city. This is a reason people love these neighborhoods. We have people downtown, you know how supportive and emphatic we are about, this is why we fight so hard for our neighborhoods and love our neighborhoods, and thank you very much for your support today.
Thank you for all your hard work.
And our last speaker is Karen Jacks.
Yes, good afternoon, Mayor Steinberg and Council. I'm Karen Jock, and I want to second everything that has already been said. I'm a longtime preservation advocate, founded the original Wind Park Neighborhood Association, and I'm a board member of the current Wind Park Historic District Association, and I'm so delighted that these buildings are coming forward today. I have been advocating specifically for them and for years, and I'm also really aware and love the very rich, more recent cultural history that they have, and they will just, they will just be an iconic, beautiful feature of 21st Street, which is one of our major streets and a street from which people get a sense of what our central city is really like. So I too want to really thank preservation staff, thank our Councilmember Hanson, and thank all of you, and this is a very happy day.
Well, thank you for your decades of work on these sets of issues. These are the days to celebrate.
I've known you and talked about this for a
long time. Yep. Thank you. Very good. Vice Mayor Hanson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm glad that we finally have this before us. We've been working for almost, I think, 3 years with staff, 2 years at least with staff on this. I'd like to thank you, Carson, for picking up the baton from Roberta. I think this is something that she entrusted you with, and Sean, thank you for your presentation. But really, to our preservation community who's in the room, this has been an important thing to do, and as Bill pointed out, Mr. Berg, if you will, our unofficial city historian, that it doesn't guarantee that they won't be changed, but this puts a sufficient process in place that it can be done with community input. And indeed, the idea of demolition by neglect is something that we don't accept in our historic districts. And when it does happen, we all feel a loss. And I think we all want to do what we can, and whether it's Kathleen or Karen or Susan or some of the other people here, Bill and Vivian, you've been tremendous citizens in consistently standing up to ensure that we have the right policies in place, the right protections, but that even in those situations that these buildings in our history have a voice. And so I just want to take a moment to personally thank you for all of the hard work you've done over the decades. With that, Mayor, I will move to open and then close the public hearing and to accept the item as presented to us to include these 3 properties in the Wind Park Historic District.
Moved and co-seconded by many members of the City Council. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstained. That's unanimous. Congratulations. Thank you. It's great. Terrific. Good stuff. All right. Are there council ideas and questions, which again we'll take this afternoon as opposed to this evening? Councilman Carr.
Thank you, Mayor. The governance ad hoc did meet last week. We are coming forward with the policy on treatment of staff, what we expect our city manager, the way we expect him to treat staff. We've coordinated this with them. Everyone is ready to go, and that's coming forward soon. We have gone through all of our direct reports, the charter officers and the other people who report to the council, and made some adjustments, some changes, some edits. We'll review those at the next ad hoc, and I expect we'll be able to bring all of those forward as a package. And what it will do is say, here's what we expect from our charter officers, here's what we're going to evaluate them on, and here's how often we're going to do it and when. And the committee, ad hoc committee, agreed that the next step was to go forward and look at the ends policies. Those results we hope the city will attain. And we will probably bring those forward as a package as well.
Good. It's really good work. Thank you, Councilman Carr. Councilman Harris.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a few announcements. Food Truck Media will return this Friday, April 13th from 5 to 8 p.m. at McKinley Park. Friday Night Hot Spots is also Friday, April 13th from 7 to 11 at Rio Tierra Junior High School, 3201 Northstead. Also on Friday the 13th, starting at 7:30 p.m., and this is kind of a fun one, at McKinley Village. Some of you may know that McKinley Village Way has an underpass under the railroad, and it was lit by a local artist named Michael Sestak, and they're going to have what they call Luminous Passage, so quite a significant light show, and it's really quite beautiful. Again, 7:30 at McKinley Village Underpass. And then this Saturday, April 14th, McKinley Village will have an art walk, their first art walk ever, from 12 to 2 p.m., starting at Burnett Miller Park on McKinley Village Way. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Jennings.
Thank you, Mayor. City Hall in your neighborhood will take place at Prairie Elementary School on Thursday, April the 12th at 6 p.m. This is in the Valley High area, and you can come out and meet your council member and talk about any issues that you have. We look forward to meeting you at Prairie Elementary School on April the 12th at 6 p.m. And then Sacramento Police Community Engagement Academy. And the goal of this academy is to provide our community leaders with a more intimate understanding of law enforcement, the current gang issues, and the trends facing our community. This is a 7-week academy from April the 26th through June the 7th. It meets every Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. If you'd like more information about getting involved, we encourage you to go to the website at cityofsacramento.org/police. Once again, that's cityofsacramento.org/police. And then my final announcement is the SAC Summer Night Lights is back for 2018. This is a program for youth and families in the Mack Road, Valley High, and Meadowview neighborhoods. It's a violence reduction and community development program that targets kids and families that are in the greatest of needs. One of those locations is the Valley High Community Center, and they're now accepting applications for youth who want to work as the Youth Squad leaders. For more information, contact Dia Vang at the Mack Road Partnership at dia.vang@mackroadpartnership.com. And then finally, I said finally earlier, but finally, the Greenhaven Soccer Club is now open for registration, and for more information, go to greenhavensoccer.com.
Thank you. Councilmember Ashby.
Thanks, Mayor. I didn't bring forward a resolution this year, although normally I do, although it is also the reason why I'm late. I was speaking at an event because today is Pay Equity Day. This is the day in the year, on average, for women in the United States that they will have worked in addition to make what men made last year. So women work all the way till April 10th to equal the amount of money that men made in the year before. This is Equal Pay Day. I've had 2 speaking events already today and one over the weekend on this issue. Strong women in our city all over looking for ways to lead. The city has done a really good job with looking at pay equity and trying at every turn to shore it up and make improvements. We have a long way to go. Our own pay equity report obviously shows a big gap, but we are committed to working on it and leading the way in that regard. And so I just wanted to, as I said to the group earlier, may we all live to not celebrate this day.
Yes. But thank you for reminding us, as always. Councilmember Chenier. Councilman Chenier.
Thank you, Mayor. A few announcements. One is Our office is helping to support with a number of community organizations, 6 different healing circles in the Oak Park neighborhood. These are really about people being able to come together and talk about the events of the last month or so and look forward. If you are interested, call my office, 808-7005, but there are going to be 6 of those over the next couple of weeks. We also have a number of events on Saturday, starting at 9 a.m., the Oak Park Youth League, Little League, is having opening day at McClatchy Park. At 10 o'clock, Colonial Heights Library is doing their pancake breakfast. And Mr. Guerra, are you going to be there as well?
I'll be in D.C.
You'll be in D.C., but I will be flipping pancakes there. Golf Course Terrace at 11 o'clock is doing a neighborhood association picnic in Chorley Park. And then from 12 to 3, we'll be doing our 2nd annual Celebrate Oak Park, where we'll have about 500 people from the 12 schools that we work with in Oak Park, and we'll be honoring students from each of those schools who have done well in their schools over the last year, also honoring the teachers, and just having a fun event. If all works out, we have a 50-yard dash that will be going on between Captain Husted and Captain Buckley. With our,
By you.
I'm not running anymore. But, and I believe if all goes well, Chief Hahn will be starting them off. So we'll see who wins. This is experience versus youth. You going with Buckley? Okay, we'll take bets on that. Should be fun. And I believe that is it. Thank you.
Good.
Oh, I'm sorry, one more thing. Thank you, Mr. Jennings. We also have a program that's called Summer at City Hall. This is our 8th year doing it, where we'll have about 80 or so sophomores and juniors from high schools around the city. Sophomores and juniors are invited to apply online for our 2018 program. The deadline is Friday, April 27th. You should be able to get it through our website, and it's a wonderful program. It's 6 weeks. Young people are here 4 mornings a week and do kind of a local government leadership class, and then are doing internships in the afternoon, 5 units of high school credit and a $300 stipend at the end of the program. Thank you.
Great program. Councilman Carr.
Yes, thank you again, Mayor. I omitted from mentioning, first of all, I want to thank you for coming to our meeting on Saturday. We had a big town hall meeting, a great turnout. The mayor came to speak, and I think we made a lot of headway in what we're doing in District 8, and we were happy to share that with everyone. The second thing is tomorrow the mayor's going to come out as well. We're opening the Food for Less store on the corner of Franklin and Florent. It was previously occupied by Rayleigh's, and when Rayleigh's left, there was quite a bit of consternation in the community about having a grocery store, lots of talk about food deserts and the like. So we're happy to welcome Food for Less tomorrow, 9 o'clock at the shopping center on the corner of Mack Road and Franklin.
Can't wait. Vice Mayor Hanson.
Thank you, Mayor. I wanted to just let the public know that next week we're going to be meeting on Thursday for the City Council, because some of us will be at the annual Cap to Cap trip, meeting with our federal representatives and see what we can accomplish in D.C. So, Madam Clerk, I don't know if we can give an AB 1234 report in advance, but if so, please consider it my report.
Those of you who aren't going would like to meet on Tuesday instead of Thursday. That would be okay with me.
I'm happy to run the meeting. We'll be done in 5 minutes.
But fine. Thank you for reminding us. Yes, next week is Thursday.
Okay.
Exactly. Councilman Guerra.
Great, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a couple of announcements. One, I'm going to miss the Colonial Heights pancake breakfast this year. I always enjoy. Save me some pancakes. I love a good pancake, but I also enjoy supporting friends of the library there too. The College Glen food trucks are going to start opening up on Wednesday, April 18th, and then we also have the Avondale Glen Elder Neighborhood Association tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. at the George Sims Center. Also wanted to thank the mayor for coming out today to Sac State for the Ken Carey Scholarship Luncheon. It's been a great program to help a lot of young kids get into engineering who may not have the resources to. And given the fact that yesterday we also awarded a Rails grant to a Sac State alum student who's grew up in Meadowview, went to Sac State, got an engineering degree, and is going back to encourage science, technology, and engineering with that neighborhood. I think it's just, that's the kind of stuff we need to continue to do to empower our neighborhoods to make sure we do that. Thank you for coming out there today. Even though you are an Aggie, I support you. Thank you for helping out the Hornets there.
Hornet in spirit, absolutely. It's a great event. All right, everyone, thank you. Members of the public, we're going to adjourn to executive session, closed session, and then the council will reconvene at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Thank you.